Yeah, I totally forgot to send out the email. So I posted on Instagram and remember to do that. Okay, well, it might just be me. For those that are subscribed and have the alerts bell clicked, there'll be at least a few of you, maybe. Okay, there's Gabrielle. So I did not write a reminder email, and I didn't have a link available until basically a minute ago. So I am furiously trying to finish stuff for work, move back into the office here, and pack for going to Omega and get ready to drive to Phoenix so I can fly out of Phoenix tomorrow. And wow, did I screw up? So yeah. It's I meant to do this. So it's not it's just one of those things of like, oh yeah, I had everything under control in my mind, but not necessarily. So hello, Colette. So, and then hello to the other wayward traveler who's the third person that joined. I didn't even realize that I'd forgotten. Bonjour, Paul. I didn't even realize I'd forgotten until Ruth emailed me with like a no meditation question mark about like 4 minutes ago. So I hope that Ruth will make it too. And I've done so little planning. I don't even know if I'm going to get to see Ralph as I blow through New York City. Yeah. August has been a really crazy month so far. Like I would love to have a mulligan on August. Like I'd love to start over. Well, maybe I don't, but ugh, what a month. So, okay, so we got a few folks. So I thought for a moment there was just going to be me. So, Brooke, super treat. And hello, Bill J. So for those that are just like arriving, I totally forgot to send out the email. I've been talking to my partner Lisa about how I should probably find a way to like automate creating the link, and then I can send out the link, like the link is here reminder, and then send out a day of reminder. So yeah, I would. If the deck, okay, so Ruth, Heidi ho, and thank you, Ruth. If the deck is in the bell, maybe. Oh, all right. So I like Paul's idea. So we're gonna pull a card from the deck because there's no. And there's a part of me that wants to say that the folks at Unified Mindfulness prepared me to be able to do this sort of thing at the drop of a hat with no planning. So, which they did. It's not a disingenuous statement, but I don't know that that Dawn and Juliana had this in mind. So, all right. So All-Star Game 10 years ago, I realized I've had this shirt now for 10 years. I don't think you could wear anything that MLB makes these days from their supplier for 10 years. Not to randomly throw shade on their supplier at the moment, but so I'm going to take C-Flow out. And then I'm going to leave the Joker in. So if the Joker comes up, then it's chat room or the chat choice. So whatever the most popular answer is in chat. So that seems like a reasonable modification. And there are 2 jokers in here. So that is moderately interesting. So, and it's too bad that Catherine's not here. So, you don't count, unfortunately, not yet, Ruth. So, so yeah, and then I forgot. I think Emma, who's usually here, is not going to make it to Omega. I couldn't tell on the Omega website today if it is in person and online. So maybe there'll be, if there are folks online, then I'll make sure to like wave from the side of the room on camera or something like that. So I can say hi and wave. So you'll see me. All right. So you'll see it before I'll see it. Focus in. Oh, that's actually not a bad choice for how things are going for me right now. So that would be it's a good practice. I'm starting to have this idea. I'm reading this book. I'm not even going to say the book yet because I don't know if I want to admit that I'm reading this book. But it's really heavy on the liberation and awakening kind of thing. But one of the takeaways that I thought was really, really interesting is that the idea is that you don't have to go to the monastery or like go be secluded. Like that the opportunities for like presence and being really like aware are all around you, and even when you're having a totally weird day like today. So all right, we've been streaming for about 6 minutes. That's not too bad given that nobody knew it was happening. All right, so focus in. So what does that mean? It means that we're going to, so if we think about, so if you ever see Hear, Feel, or SHF, that stands for See, Hear, Feel. And so we have vision. So C is the category for that. We have inner and outer. For auditory, for hear, we have inner and outer. So mental talk would be the hear in. Mental image would be our see in. And then for F, for the feel part of it, we have emotional bodies or emotional body sensations as feel in, and physical body sensations as feel out. And then we lump in taste and touch with feel out. So we're gonna define for our focus range as all of the inner. So see in, hear in, feel in, and that'll be our technique. And we'll have 25 minutes on the clock. I will guide a practice on the fly, which I often do anyway, so not a super surprise there. All right. And I'm going to ring the bell. And I'll ring the bell once with a warning before I do to signal the end. So sometimes I think the settling in is like the complete cherry on the top of a meditation. Like that, going from chaos to arriving, like right here. So just an aside to share as we settle in and take our seat. I'll focus on the seated posture, so either seated on a cushion, on a chair, or kneeling with a bench. But you could be walking or lying down or standing. So, and then really just starting out by kind of now that I've seen the movie Perfect Days, like this part of the setup is you're like stepping outside the door and looking up like Hirayama does in the movie to see what is it like today. What is the inner weather for you right now? Sort of just dipping into that. What is it like right in this moment? It's the starting state for this meditation. Maybe that's noticing tension. It's often what I used to do is just kind of see if there's any tension in the body. But as a little primer for focus in, maybe it's like kind of what emotional body sensations might be present. Don't have to create anything. And then a few deliberate breaths, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Slow and low is our tempo we're going for. Yeah, so back of the eyelids, reminder is see in as well. You can use that as a see in. And no need to sneak in. We were waiting for you all along. So really just starting out with our pattern here or our setup. So our focus range is focus in. So see in, hear in, and feel in are all valid. And then if we notice that we've drifted away to a body sensation or a sound, or we've opened our eyes, no problem there. Just an acknowledgement, like, oh, okay. And then with care, bringing our focus back to our feel in or our focus in categories. And you might say that a sit where you did nothing but noticing you're outside of the focus range and coming back, that would be a totally valid sit. It might feel frustrating, but that's feel in. And we would notice that, soak our attention in, and optionally label feel. And then you might have some mental talk around that. And we just notice that as here in. And the pattern of that really is noticing where our attention is, soaking the attention in, and then using that optional label just to keep the attention there a little bit longer. I like to think of it like I'm sort of spotting somebody that's lifting weights. Just making sure they're okay. Or just making sure the focus is where it is just for that one beat, 2 beats longer. So that's a lot of setup, but I'm going to give you time to explore, focus in on your own here, and then I'll pardon the interruption and offer a few things. But explore on your own. Enjoy. And just a reminder that the labels that we apply when we're doing a noting practice, they're optional. So for some folks, when they have a emotional body sensation, they've got like a feel in, and they notice that, they put their attention right there, they soak it in, and then mentally apply the label feel. They feel like there's a generation or a disturbance of a bunch of here in that kind of follows it. And there's this cool thing that happens where it's like you kind of just know where your attention is. So you can drop the label if that feels like it's disturbing the rhythm of the practice. You just want to maybe, if you drop them all the time, maybe experiment with it. But just a reminder that you can use a noting practice with the labels optionally. And at this point in the sit, you might find that you've kind of fallen into a groove with your favorite object. So maybe that's hearing, focus on hearing, so hear out, or breathing, which would be feel out. And then you're like, oh, wait, you're supposed to be focusing in. So, again, no big deal. No need for evaluation. Just with care, bringing back to our focus range, focus in, and then beginning again. So I always mention you're welcome to continue the technique, but this is your opportunity to let go of the technique and to shift into do nothing. And then really briefly, instructions around do nothing is to let go of any intention to control our attention. And it means we can put down that sort of background monitoring that we might feel like we're doing when we're meditating. And lastly, we can doubly put down any need to evaluate if we're doing it right. So shifting into do nothing. I'll ring the bell to signal the end of the sit. I'm glad you made it, Lynn. Thank you for your practice. May any merit that was generated in our time together go to benefit all beings. So if you haven't seen Perfect Days, and you're not annoyed with people telling you should go see Perfect Days, because there's a certain, like, it it fits very well into a meditation trope kind of a thing. You're very, very welcome, Ruth. Thank you for your email, by the way, Ruth. I had completely forgotten that I had forgotten to create the live stream and everything and let everybody know. And you're welcome, Paulette and Brooke. Glad you made it, and Paul, Gabrielle, and Marjorie, and Lynn. Glad you made it. So every time the main character in the film, steps out of his house, he steps out and, like, looks up, and in the wonder of filmmaking, he's usually looking kind of up at you, watching him look up, and I just feel like there is this kind of wonderful little symbolism in stepping out into the world and looking up. Um, so. I don't watch as many movies as I used to watch. I used to watch a lot of movies. I fancied myself quite the film buff after working in video stores and everything. But I've been thinking a lot about this movie, more so than when I usually see a movie and don't think a lot about it afterwards. So it also makes you want to go back and watch other movies by the director. So because I know I've seen other films in the past. It's been a long time, but I know I've seen Paris, Texas. So Wim Wenders is the director, and so I am your guide on Sunday night. Jeff will be coming out of retreat. I think he will be busy either trying to catch a flight back home to the 6, back home to his family in Toronto, or he'll be stopping and hanging out with New York meditation friends, which is a possibility as well. So I will be your meditation guide on Sunday from a hotel in the Newark, New Jersey area. So I'm taking a train from Omega down to Newark on Sunday, and so I should be in the hotel. If not, I'm going to try to broadcast from the Amtrak. And if I'm stuck in an Amtrak station, we're going to have the Do Nothing Project train station edition. So we're going to do it from wherever we are, or wherever I am, which you will be joining along with. So I'll have my phone, or I'll be doing it from my phone or from my iPad. So very distinct possibility with Amtrak that I might be behind, but I think that I should have Wi-Fi on the Amtrak train that I'm on. So given that it's a commuter train and I think it's considered an express train, probably should have it. If not, I should be able to hotspot to my phone. So all these internet troubles that I had in July have helped me shake down my various things. So yes, the train whistle could in fact be the bell. That would be outstanding. So that is like the rough plan. And then I'm hoping that I arrive on tomorrow in time to make it to Jeff's doing a talk at the New York Insight group. And I think it's close to where I'm staying before I take the train up to Omega on Friday. So fingers crossed. I didn't actually do my due diligence on that. I just figured it would work out. So I have very, very minimal planning on that front. But I think I'll be close. When I booked my hotel, I didn't know Jeff was doing that. So, I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will, Brooke. But if it doesn't work out, that is usually what makes it even more memorable, to be really, really honest. So it's like it'll be a good time will be had. It's just not sure which version of the good time will be had. Um, yeah, and thanks for everyone for showing up when you didn't get an update. And then I suspect there'll be a lot of people that are watching this in the recording. And so sorry I didn't send an update and remind you. So I know we've got missed Fred now two times in a row. That's not definitely normal. And so so we'll see if I can get a little bit better about having some sort of update schedule and things like that. But thank you for all of the support, and I'm very much appreciative of that. So, all right, well, have a fantastic rest of your week, and I will see you on Sunday from somewhere in either New York or New Jersey. And I don't think I've ever been to New Jersey, so this will be the first time I've been to New Jersey. So that's a first time thing too. So cool. All right, bye. Thank you, Paul.